today's video, I'm going to be discussing some wild trade rumors. It's going to be weird. It's going to get kind of crazy. And this is your warning. So don't say I didn't tell you. But don't let me down, Saints fans. Before we get into that, we're having a comments race with our Falcons Today YouTube channel. So the first channel that gets their subscribers to type squad 500 times in the comment section, just 500 comments a squad, wins the race. So I need your help taking down the Dirty Birds on the field, but also in the walls here at Chat Sports. Just give me a squad a couple times in the chat so you can help us out so we can beat those Falcons. All right, let's get weird, everybody. Saints fans, could we see a reunion in the Bayou? Because Derek Carr, Davante Adams, they have some history. They have some connections. They played with each other in the past. And I'm going to ask this question. Should the Saints try to make a trade for Davante Adams this offseason? Well, let's take a look at the production to see if he's even worth trading for. The answer, yes. The short answer is yes, he is worth trading for. 103 receptions, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Yes, those numbers are kind of down. The production isn't as good as it has been in the past. But here's the thing. I'd have it down here too if Aiden O'Connell was my starting quarterback. If he was throwing me the rock, I'm sure I would not be doing nearly as good as if Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr was throwing me the ball. Or heck, Jimmy G. Like, that's my point on this. Adams is still elite. And I think that he could have a massive impact on the New Orleans Saints. And look how beautifully he fills in that wide receiver depth chart. You got Chris Olave. Michael Thomas, I think you let him leave. Bring in another big-name guy like Davante Adams. Rashid Shaheed, he is an exclusive rights free agent. Saints are expected to bring him back. Lynn Bowden Jr., he's a restricted free agent. Keith Kirkwood is a unrestricted free agent. And you also have A.T. Perry, the rookie phenomenon from last year, and the depth chart as well. I think if you bring in a Davante Adams, it would turn this unit into one of the top units in the NFL. So I want you to make the call for me, Saints fans. Would you trade for Davante Adams? Just give me a simple trade or a simple pass in the comment section. I do believe that there's a lot of really good chemistry. I mean, if you remember, Adams left the Packers to go play with Derek Carr. Says he wouldn't do that again. And there are reports out there that Aaron Rodgers wants Adams with the New York Jets, and that's no surprise. I mean, one of Rodgers, if not his best pass catcher in his entire career. Yeah, I'm sure that he wants him back in New York. I'm sure he looked at that New York offense and saw Garrett Wilson balling out, and that's kind of it. So for Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure he would much rather have Davante Adams than Allen Lazard. But there's an argument to be made for the New Orleans Saints. Like I said earlier, Adams went to Vegas to play with Derek Carr, his college teammate at Fresno State. There is a much easier path to the Super Bowl and to the playoffs in general in the NFC South versus the AFC as a whole. I mean, think about the hoops that the Raiders have to jump through. Not only are you in a division that has the head coaches of Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, and Andy Reid, but you also have the Bills, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Dolphins. You got a lot of really good teams out there. The Jags, the Colts. You come over to the NFC, feels like it's a lot more open and a lot easier to get to the Super Bowl. The fan base and the culture in New Orleans is passionate and it's authentic, and it will make Davante Adams feel at home. And I do believe that that is a big factor, not in a player choosing a team, but a team choosing a player. Like, I think that Saints fans would rally around Davante Adams and Derek Carr reconnecting again. And then the other thing is, I believe that the Saints have a better offense than Las Vegas and the New York Jets. So, sorry, Raider Nation. I understand Mitchell Renz is your guy. He's my guy too. But Las Vegas is a dumpster fire. I don't know why anyone would want to stick around out there. There's constant distractions. There's a lot of problems out there, on-field and off-field issues, and they're clearly the weakest team in the division. And so if you guys are sitting here saying, well, the money doesn't check out, let's talk about the financials here. You guys want to have the money talk? Let's talk the dollar bills, baby. So the Raiders would only have to eat $7.85 million, meaning this is a very doable trade for Las Vegas. But the big bugaboo there is what the other team would have to pay. I'm not sure that the New Orleans Saints are looking to bring on $17.5 million onto their books, considering they're already in such a bad space with their cap number. But I do think that if he wants to leave Vegas, the New Orleans Saints should make a call. So hit it now for me, Saints fans. If you haven't already, lock us in for more New Orleans Saints videos, updates, live shows, shorts, all sorts of fun, free, and interactive content. We're trying to get to 26,000. We are less than 50 away, and with this video, we can get there. So make my dreams come true, and let's get to 26,000 subscribers together right now. So my final thoughts on Davante Adams and whether or not he could be a New Orleans Saint. I really doubt this happens, but I would at least try. I'd at least put in a phone call and say, hey, Davante, you want an easy route to the Super Bowl? You want to play with a better quarterback than whatever the hell Vegas has going on? You want to come play in a really fun, cool, unique city with very awesome, passionate fans? New Orleans is the place for you. So I don't think it'll happen. But if I'm Mickey Loomis, I'm at least going to make a call and try to see what can happen. So let's kind of pivot here and talk about trading for a quarterback, because the New Orleans Saints were listed as a Mac Jones trade destination in an article I saw. So I'm going to give my reaction, talk about the fit here in New Orleans. But before that, can't go any further without saying thank you to today's presenting sponsor, which is Game Time. And in 2023, Game Time helped me make so many memories. But in 2024, it is your turn. This is my go-to ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, and all sorts of awesome live events. This year, I'm looking to go see the Red Clay Strays, Zach Bryan, and heck, I want to go to New Orleans for Jazz Fest this year. I've always wanted to go. It's one of my top bucket list items. I would love to make it out there. And Game Time is super user-friendly. You can pay with Venmo. You can see where your seats are, if there's going to be a poll or if you're going to have the scoreboard in front of you. You can know where your seats are. So you can get tickets to Pels games, to LSU games. You can get tickets to Tulane games. Anything in Louisiana, if it's live, I promise you, they're probably selling tickets on Game Time. So use that promo code, SaintsChat. It's SaintsChat for a $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SaintsChat for that $20 off. Game Time is last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. All that information is in the comment section and description of this video. All right, so let's get back on topic with Mac Jones. It was a ridiculous article. To be honest, I'm just going to say it right now. I don't want Mac Jones in New Orleans. I think it would be a terrible idea. I think it would be a bad investment. And quite frankly, the argument that David Latham made doesn't really make too much sense to me. So Derek Carr did not live up to expectations in year one with the New Orleans Saints. And they can't afford to get rid of him. While Chris Olave might be happy with his quarterback, head coach Dennis Allen should know they can't afford another season playoff free. Jameis Winston is a free agent, and Allen's conservative coaching style might be better for a low-risk quarterback like Jones compared to an all-or-nothing risk-taker like Winston. So I do think it's important to add some context here. Here were the other teams mentioned: the New York Giants, the Denver Broncos, Los Angeles Chargers, and the Minnesota Vikings. To be honest, the Vikings kind of do actually make some sense to me. They don't know what they're doing with their quarterback situation. Who knows if they're going to bring back Kirk Cousins. Don't know about the Giants. They got Daniel Jones, and I know they overpaid him, but I don't think they're going to be trying to bring on another quarterback with, that's going to cost them some money. Denver Broncos, maybe if they move on from Russell Wilson, I don't know what's going to happen there. Chargers, I don't really get it unless he's like truly being brought in as a QB2, because Justin Herbert is incredible at football. But let's take a look at the numbers for Mac Jones, because I think it's at least fair to do that. That 2021 campaign, his freshman year, his rookie season, actually was pretty good. I mean, just under 70% completion, 3,800 yards, 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. It's not all that bad. He had a 10-7 record too. But then in 2022 and in 2023, things were just not going well. I mean, when Mac Jones, the national champion, is getting benched for Bailey Zappi, that is insane. His overall career stats, just under 9,000 yards, 46 touchdowns, 36 interceptions, and a career completion percentage of 66.1 with a record of 18 and 24. To be honest, I'd rather just have Jameis Winston over Mac Jones. I don't think that Mac Jones really brings you anything that's valuable. It's not valuable, it's not the right word. But I don't think that he is a guy that you should consider bringing in. Derek Carr is your starting quarterback. After Carr's gone, you don't need to try with Mac Jones. Just go reset and draft a quarterback for the future. I would much rather have Winston as well because, one, he's a fun guy. He's good for the locker room. He's a great leader. And to be honest, he just fits the vibe of New Orleans. I'm not necessarily sure that Mac Jones does. Not saying he wouldn't, but I just would rather have Winston. So it's your turn to pick a quarterback for me. It's obviously going to be a QB too, but pick one of these for me. Just give me a JW for J-Bo. Give me an MJ from not Michael Jackson, but Mac Jones. Can't wait to see what you guys had to say in the comment section. And as always, y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.